welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week on a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Today I'm on the floor because I'm going to show you my go-to glowy skin makeup that I'm using right now, and the lighting from my window is the best, and this is the best way to get it. So here we are. So I've been using this kind of glowy skin routine a lot lately. It's not super quick, but it is fairly quick, I would say. I'm gonna share my go-to quick 5-minute face later in the month. But yeah, I want to kind of share this glowy skin because this is what I've been using a lot lately. And I just think it's really nice and pretty for the summer. And I've said it a lot, I love glowy skin. I always have loved glowy skin. So I just wanted to share which I've been using lately to achieve that look. And yeah, let's just hop right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face with two of my favorite primers right now. The first one is the Tarte Timeless Primer, Smoothing Primer. Love this thing. I'm still trying to use up my little sample size before I dig into my travel size one. But I love this guy. So I just grab a little bit on my finger and then kind of warm it up in between my fingers. And then I use it mostly here on my forehead, my nose, my upper lip, and my chin. It's kind of in that T-zone area, just to smooth everything out. This was a really good job of smoothing any problem areas out, which is what I like about it. Okay, and the other primer I'm going to use is the Glowy primer that I am obsessed with right now, and that is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I love this thing. So I'm actually going to use 1.5 to 2 pumps ish to really get that glow, and I'm going to take that all over my face, just everywhere. You can see it just gives you a really pretty glow without being too over the top or shimmery or glittery. Just gives you a really pretty glow. The other thing that I will say about getting glowing skin is obviously to do your skincare. I use an oil and stuff on my skin, so that helps with the glow, and all that stuff. So some sunscreen stuck in my hair. Okay. And then for foundation, I'm going to use a light foundation. I find that this is just best for me in the summer. It's what I like. And I think this one gives you a really pretty glow as well. It's pretty dewy, so you might not like it if you have oily skin, but I love it on my dry skin. And it's Maybelline BB Fresh. Also, if you like a lot more to cover than I do, you might not like this either because it is a BB cream, so it's pretty sheer to light coverage. So I like to just take it on my fingers and spread it, make sure I get some on my neck, and just kind of spread it everywhere. And I just find that it works best when I use my fingers. That's the reason I like to use my hands when I do this. Some of the other base products I like to use when I'm doing this is the Bare Minerals gel one. I'll put a picture up of it on the screen. I love that one for this. I love the Clinique Better Than Skin or whatever it's called. Again, I'll leave a picture of it up on the screen now. But the lightweight foundations that give you coverage but still leave your skin looking glowy and pretty and not matte, that's what I prefer. So those are kind of some of my favorites for this look in the summer. As you can see, you can still see my acne scars and stuff, but I'm just more even and still really nice and glowy. So the next thing I'm gonna do is conceal. So my favorite concealer ever, per usual, the Maybelline Age Rewind. Love this concealer. So I'm gonna use that everywhere I need to cover up stuff. I try not to put too much concealer under my eye. I just think it makes me look a little older than I am. I don't know, personal preference. And then I'm just gonna use my finger again and just tap that out. I'm not trying to make my skin look perfect. just make everything a little bit more even and cover up a few bigger spots. It does take a little bit longer when you're using your finger to blend it all out, but I just think it gives it a more seamless look. So that's the reason I like to use my finger. You're able to warm everything up with the heat of your hand, which I like. All right, so that is the complexion done. That's all I'm gonna use in terms of like cream products and stuff. I wanna keep this look light and not cover up my natural skin too much. So I'm gonna set that all down with powder. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. I love this powder. It's really nice and light and finely milled, so it's perfect for these kind of looks. And I just really, really enjoy this one. It doesn't have too much of a tint, so it's not gonna like lighten or darken my face too much. Just gonna set everything down. And it does, I think it mattifies you a little bit, but you can definitely still see the glow on my skin, which I like. Right, so those are the only places I'm gonna set. I usually don't set anywhere else anyway, so. And then I'm going to go on to my blush, bronzer, and highlight. Now this is the key for my glowy skin. I have been obsessed with these products lately. I've talked about them a lot lately, and I'm just obsessed. So we're gonna start with bronzing, and I'm gonna use the Cover FX Monochromatic Duos. And I am obsessed with these things. So I have the one in Suntan for the bronzer. And for me, this is just a perfect warm bronzer to kind of warm up the skin. And I just love it. And so what I do is I take my Real Technique brush. This is actually their blush brush, but I love to use it for bronzer. And I just kind of like dip in both sides, tap off the excess, and then just go to town. And I kind of get it all on my cheek area just to warm up my whole face, since this isn't really a contour color. I'm just really trying to warm up the skin. I'm not too precise with it. You can see it definitely warms up the skin and gives you a really pretty glow all at the same time, which I just love. I'm also gonna take whatever else is on there and just kind of tap my nose. All right, and then I'm also gonna use the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo. I have the shade Warm Honey. Again, this is beautiful and perfect for the summer. And I, again, just kind of get into both sides, and then I just smile and get it right here on the apples of the cheeks and pull it back. And I find that this is such a perfect color for this because it is kind of warmer and almost blends in with my bronzer. It just gives my cheeks a little bit extra color. But it's just, I really, really love the way it makes my skin look. It's not chunky or anything like that. It just really kind of smooths out the skin at the same time, as well as giving it color. It was quite a bit. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my, that's the other reason I love this. If I just take my powder brush and just kind of tap at it, it blends out and just looks perfect. All right, and then I'm going to add a bunch of highlight. Right now I'm going to use the Becca highlight. This is one of my favorite highlights. I love the Becca highlights. I think they're really nice formulas. I don't think they're chunky or glitter or anything. I think they just give you a really beautiful glow. This is the one in Opal. I just have a little sample size of it. And I like to take a pretty concentrated brush. This is the Real Techniques brush. This is actually their contour brush. I like to take a brush kind of like this. And I just tap it right here on the top of my cheekbone. And I like to get it up here on my temple. Or not my temple, my forehead, right above my eyebrow. And to get a little bit on the tip of my nose, on my Cupid's bow here. And then I like to take the same brush and just kind of tap it all over my eye, just as kind of a base for my eyeshadow. I'm not gonna do a crazy eyeshadow look because this is more about the skin, but I do love to just pull the highlight up into this area. Even if you don't want to do anything else to your eye, it just gives it that bright look and kind of pulls everything together. So that is what my skin looks like, and see, it's just so beautiful and glowy, but not like fake glowy in my opinion. If you ever get too much, I just like to take my powder brush and just kind of tap and get everything blended together. And I just think that, you know, pulls it all together, leaves you really nice and glowy. And I just love, love, love how these products work together. I just think they leave your skin so beautiful and glowy. So really, for me, the key is that primer, the Becca primer I love, and then the Cover FX blush and bronzer duos really do leave you super glowy. I'm gonna see if I can find a drugstore alternative, but I don't think there's anything like those out there. I just think they're so beautiful. So I'm just gonna do a quick eye look to complement it. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Bite Size Shadow in Pumpkin Pie, and I'm just gonna use two shadows really quick just to kind of bring it all together. So I'm gonna use this light camel color here on the end. I'm just gonna quickly run that through my crease. And then I'm just gonna take a flat shading brush, and with the color right next to that one, just kind of tap that right on my lid, all over. Then I'm just gonna take a clean brush and just blend those together really quick, kind of diffuse the edges, lighten it up a little bit. And then I'm just gonna take a little sort of pencil-y brush, and with that first matte shade that I used, just run that really quickly under my lash line. So that's all I'm gonna do the eyes. Again, just glowy, quick, easy. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. brow pencil just to kind of fill in any sparse spots. I am letting my brows grow a little bit during this whole self-isolation thing. I'm not sure how I'm liking it, but I'm just gonna let them keep going and see how I feel at the end of all this. All right, and then I'm gonna set this all down with my Urban Decay all-nighter spray. Usually I wouldn't use something this intense during the day, but it's supposed to be really hot here today, so I wanna make sure this is all locked in place. While this is all drying down, yeah, but like I said, I really think the key is that primer and those blush and bronzers, and obviously a good highlight. There's a ton of good highlights out there. You don't have to buy the expensive one like Becca. There's an e.l.f. baked one that is amazing. I'll leave a picture of it up on the screen and a link for everything I'm talking about down below. And I think the other key is to not use super heavy foundations if you can. I know some people love full coverage matte foundations, but if you want to get that glowy skin look, I really think lighter coverage is better. Even if you have some imperfections like I do, you know, it's real life, we all have them. It's okay. But I just think it looks really, really pretty. So I'm gonna finish up the eyes by using my Maybelline Lash Sensational. I love this mascara. It's almost like dead. I'm trying to use it up before it dies. All right, and then I'm gonna set my brows down with my NYX Control Freak. All right, and then last, but not certainly least, I'm gonna use two lip things. The first is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm, and the second one is an Anastasia lip gloss. It's actually a holographic one called Moon Jelly. Hopefully they still have this one. I have like a sample size of it, and I'll show you kind of what I do with it, but let me put the NYX on first. And I'm gonna give the NYX a few seconds to dry down a little bit. Alright, and then what I like to do with the Anastasia is I kind of take a little, because it is holographic, it's pretty intense, I'll take a little bit on my finger and just kind of tap it there in the center. Just gives it a little bit of a glow without being like too holographic. Hopefully that makes sense. But this is the final look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something or, you know, discovered something you want to try. But this has definitely been my go-to glowy skin look for a while now. I've really been enjoying the glowy skin. Always do, and I'm loving the lightweightness for the summer, which is really nice because here in Georgia it's very hot. We're supposed to be like 90 today, so yeah, it's gonna be nice and warm. So definitely lightweight is the go-to for me as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to join our little adventure family here, and yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I'll see you in my next adventure. Bye.